Broadcasting from the heart of Blue City Capital. Reading from carefully curated scripts, approved by shadowy overlords, delivered with absolute disdain for your intelligence, this is Blue City News.
Welcome back to Blue City News. I'm abusive narcissist, your senior anchor.
And I'm vapid alcoholic, your regular anchor. Tonight's top story takes us to the Blue City School Board, where there is a disturbing trend that has activists up in arms.
More and more parents are speaking out against the school curriculum that requires children to watch gay pornography with their teachers. And one local mother is mad as hell.
My 7-year-old daughter came home crying.
This homophobic bigot tried to go on a hate-fueled tirade, saying that children were being harmed.
It's just lies and hate.
We find it disturbing that this young woman wouldn't want to watch gay porn with her teacher. Tolerance is our #1 value, and it is enforced.
If I can't watch porn with your kids, I promise we will all jump off a bridge.
We're all going to die.
The marginalized NAMBLA plus community only has the support of every major tech company, universities and colleges, all the banks, federal, state, and local governments, every media organization, multi-billion retail giants, major sports franchises, and basically every major pillar of society. Yet they were heroically able to shout down the attempts at creating hate at the meeting.
Do you even know what they are showing the kids?
And because we all know that whoever screams louder is always morally correct, the school board was reminded today that protecting kids needs to come second to the sexual gratification of the teachers.
When I watch porn with school kids, I feel seen.
If I can't show videos of the kind of sex that I like, how will these kids ever learn it?
You take away our ability to show porn to kids, and you will have blood on your hands. I promise.
Well, it sure seems that the school board has a cut-and-dry decision to make here.
Agreed. When someone threatens to jump off a bridge if they don't get what they want, you have to comply. Every teenage girl knows that.
Which brings us to our next story. Governor Lesbian Woman issued a decree for a new school curriculum in our state. Distractingly attractive is at the governor's mansion.
It's time to bring equity to this broken system of equality that is inherently white supremacist and oppressive to our most marginalized.
It's being heralded by activists as a great victory for social justice. Governor Lesbian Woman takes us another step toward decolonizing public education.
As a progressive, it's obvious to me that only white kids have the ability to learn to read and write, and math is far too complex for non-white kids to wrap their little brown heads around. So in order to level the playing field, these subjects will no longer be taught at any public institution in our state.
The governor's plan also includes adding subjects like cops are all racist, your family is racist, black queer hip-hop studies, and of course gay porn.
Minorities start to forget that they need the government, and that is white supremacy. The fundamentals of literacy, critical thinking, and life skills are not things we want them to know.
The governor wanted to make sure that everyone knew she wasn't racist.
We only call people racist when they try to help the black community. My donors and I were laughing about this at a charity event last week. I told them I could depress wages and the standard of living for minorities even more than Biden.
And after only a few years in office, she has the track record to prove it. Back to you at the studio, Abusive.
This is great news for us older and established types.
Oh, definitely. We won't have to compete with any talented up-and-comers anymore. The barrier to entry for any good job just gets thicker every day.
And that's why I'm a proud anti-racist. But in spite of that great news, we go to our next story where it's a sad day at the Obama mansion.
The oceanside luxury mansion where the former president lives is a somber place today, as yet another staff member has turned up deceased.
He was such a nice guy. I could never have predicted this.
When Dude Saw Something didn't return from work yesterday, his wife became worried.
He texted me that he was leaving work yesterday and then nothing.
All we know at this point is that the deceased worked in the Obama mansion, and we suspect no foul play.
Dude Saw Something was considered a happy husband. No one suspected that he was secretly planning to hurt himself.
There's nothing suspicious here. The Obamas are a warm, kind, and amazing family who would never hurt anyone.
According to the autopsy, Mr. Saw Something was shot 12 times in the face with a shotgun, drawn and quartered by multiple horses. All of his fingers and toes were removed, and there were 7 different poisons in his system. He was found tied upside down to a tree and gagged, so we're treating it as self-inflicted.
And taking a quick look at his social media, he mentioned self-harm several times, saying, "I would never hurt myself, and I am not self-homicidal."
The most likely scenario is that he just decided to end his own life in the most painful and complicated way for no reason.
We're all going to accept that explanation and never ask questions. The media will move on, and everyone will forget about it, and that's good.
That's a tough break. You just never know what people are going through sometimes.
The Obama family released an official statement saying, "We send our thoughts and prayers to the family of Dude Saw Something in the hopes that they keep their mouths shut. It would be a real shame if more accidents had to happen."
Doctors are issuing a mild warning as an issue we've been trying to ignore has become too large and widespread. We go to Nepotism Air with the story. The symptoms are showing up in people younger, and people have questions. But doctors say that patients suffering from mild cases of alien chest bursters exploding from people's bodies are not related to any product they were bribed into making you take.
It does appear that some people have been experiencing symptoms that are a total mystery to me. They include sweating, fever, spikes of anxiety, and of course, an alien chest burster punching through their rib cage.
It seems to have started around 4 years ago, but pharmaceutical representatives say it has nothing to do with any products that were mandated on people.
The government has granted us total immunity from any prosecution, so you know you can trust us. Despite the mountain of evidence to the contrary, we maintain that our products are safe and effective.
Naturally, they are referring to the Screw You suppository, the safe and effective protection from random lightning strikes that we made everyone so scared about just a few years ago.
When the lightning epidemic began, we told people that they needed to stay home at all costs. But if you had to go out, you needed face condoms on at all times. Having a rubber barrier on your head reduces the symptoms of lightning strikes. We know now that it didn't actually protect them, but it did make people argue about it a lot. Some people felt that making people look stupid for a mathematically irrelevant risk factor wasn't enough, and that's why we made Screw You.
The safe and effective Screw You suppository was rammed up millions of Americans' butts when President Biden mandated that everyone take it or lose their jobs. No one could really explain how this was supposed to help avoid lightning strikes, but establishments with a profit motive and a track record of lying to the public said to do it, and that was the end of debate.
Just because alien chest bursters are all coming from people who were forced to take it up the butt, people are getting all uppity. Our job would be a lot easier if people would just stop thinking about their health.
For now, we'll just call it a conspiracy theory until our legal and public relations teams find a way to spin this, so you get mad at your friends and not us.
With WSATAN Blue City News, I'm Nepotism Air. You know nepotism? I was able to get an exemption because of my senior position. I'm sure glad about it now. Same here, abusive. My dad was able to get me one.
I'll never forget the time we actually wore face condoms on air to pretend that we were really scared too.
I didn't mind. I just poked holes in my condom.
You always do that anyway. It's time for our segment, One-Sided Conversation, and today we are joined by our guests. Ivory Tower joining us from Ivy League University.
Thanks, Vapid. Great to see you again.
And I'd also like to welcome Race Grifter from Social Justice Money Laundering, LLC.
Good evening.
And welcome back, Clueless Celebrity.
Hi.
And some brain-dead redneck.
Hey, that's not my name.
Thanks for joining us, everyone. I want to start with Ivory Tower. You recently got a lot of criticism for your research paper, White People Who Work Hard Are the Problem.
It's amazing to me that in 2024 that white people still push back against the hate we propagate onto them. All I said was that the people who grow our food and manufacture our products are all smelly losers who are too racist to vote for politicians who will steal from them.
Yeah, and just to build on that, white people are the worst.
White people bad.
I don't think that's really fair.
Are you saying that white supremacy is not a real threat?
The N-word was common.
Remember Charlottesville? They had torches.
And we are more racist than we ever have been.
You crossed state lines.
You can bring up the past, but the policies you're pushing today are the same regressive policies the civil rights movement worked so hard to end.
Look at the disproportionate amount of minorities in prison and tell me how that happens without white supremacy.
So was the Joe Biden crime bill in the 90s white supremacy?
Oh, come on. You can't bring that up.
It just makes me sick how you're playing politics with this serious
It's the fault of all white people because we said
just
it is.
Just because everyone I helped get elected is endorsed by the prison industrial complex doesn't mean we can't still blame all white people.
I grew up in Southern California and I heard a story about a Mexican that was kicked out of a store so I know racism is real.
We will never end racism until you embrace the fact that your skin color is the only thing about you that matters.
Well, sadly, that's all the time we have today. I want to thank our guests for making the time to join us today.
Thanks, Vapid. We just want to protect our democracy.
Officials are trying something new to keep the subways safe. We go to distractingly attractive on location.
With the exception of enforcing the law or arresting violent criminals, they've tried everything from PR campaigns to press tours to deal with the violent crime epidemic. But I'm here at the subway entrance, where the National Guard have set up checkpoints to hassle people.
Papers, please. We think having the military rifle through the bags of old ladies will really reduce the perception of crime.
They say this is in response to the outcry from citizens constantly whining about random body parts being found, bystanders getting pushed in front of trains, and a series of abductions.
We won't be profiling or inconveniencing criminals. All bag searches will be targeted at innocent citizens.
When asked about the possible racist implications, officials have a plan for that too.
Criminals and illegal aliens can skip the line. The goal is not to prevent crime. It's to inconvenience citizens even further. You can still get pushed in front of a train or something. We really don't care about that.
Every official behind all of these policies literally told voters that they would do this, and it's exactly what the citizens of Blue City voted for.
I hope everyone is thrilled with how it's going.
With W. Satan Blue City News, I'm distractingly attractive.
We have taken great steps closer to our progressive utopia, but there's still a lot of work ahead of us.
And unfortunately, that's all the time we have for our show tonight.
But don't worry, we will be back soon to tell you how you should feel about the news.
No matter how depraved, immoral, or illegal your political side acts, we'll be here to give you the lies that you need to argue on social media to justify it.
So until then, thanks for watching.
Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon.
Logistics Nerd here. Just want to say thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. As I'm still building the channel here and I'm a one-man operation, every view, like, comment is super precious to me and it goes right to my heart. So thank you very much for your support. Please make sure you share this with your friends, family, anyone who might get a kick out of making fun of the news in this modern clown world that we're all living in. Got a lot more stuff coming up soon. Going to be doing a lot more shorts, less of the longer episodes for now anyway. The shorts seem to be pretty popular, so I have a lot of ideas, so we're going to be doing a lot more of that. Anyway, thanks again. Please remember to share, and love you very much. God bless. See you on the next one.